It is September 5th, and we just got the official release of the Lenovo Legion Go 2, potentially the most anticipated handheld of the entire year so far. But unfortunately, the release was a little bit of a mixed bag. The hardware was essentially exactly what we were anticipating. However, the price is what surprised essentially everybody. This thing now costs as much as $1,500, which radically changes the calculus here. So let's quickly go over this new device, see exactly what Lenovo released, including the other variant, because there are two distinct variants of the Go 2. And ultimately, I want to do a comparison here to see if the price tag is at all justifiable. So when it comes to the design of this device, fundamentally, it is the same as the original Go model, but we can see that the aesthetics have been refreshed here, and now it is much more in line with the more recent Go S model. And I do think that overall, it gives the Go 2 a more refined look in comparison to the original. When it comes to the specifications, here we got the expected bump from the Z1 Extreme to the Z2 Extreme, and this delivers a roughly 20% boost to the graphical performance, as this features the 890M integrated graphics versus the 780M of the Z1. And they also now paired it with 32GB of RAM and 2TB of storage. Also, when it comes to the display here, as mentioned, it is the same 8.8-inch size. Even the refresh rate is the same at 144 Hz, but now they are officially employing the much anticipated OLED display panel. So the colors, the black levels should be noticeably better on this new model, giving the overall image quality a pretty significant boost, even though the resolution is a little bit lower, now at 1920 by 1200. And I do think this was a pretty smart move because the pixel density is still pretty high and this should improve battery life. Speaking of which, the battery itself saw a 50% boost, now officially at 74 watt hours. Now putting this all together, when it comes to the hardware, this is nearly a perfect device. The original Go was already one of the top handhelds, and now we got a pretty meaningful upgrade in everything from the performance to the display to even the battery capacity. Really, the only issue people have with this is the price tag, because as described, this comes in just shy of $1,500. And any way you slice it, that is just a ton of money for a portable handheld gaming PC. But I did want to mention the second quote-unquote budget variant. Lenovo must have realized that this price tag was a little bit insane, so they're offering a second version that retains all of the new hardware. So we're talking the detachable Joy-Cons, the OLED display, even the bigger battery capacity. But the performance has been handicapped and is essentially the same as with the original model. But the kicker here is that the price tag here on the budget model still begins at $1,100. So pretty much across the board, the price tag here for the Go 2 is unlike anything we've seen before, and it makes the decision to buy this, even though the hardware is objectively really good, it just makes the purchase very difficult to justify. As an example, if you want, you can still buy the original Go model, which now costs only $750 brand new. Or even the newer budget Go S, which costs only $650 and gives you that new design and slightly better battery life. And unfortunately, when it comes to the more expensive model, here the comparisons aren't really that much better either. For this kind of money, you can easily get a high-performance gaming laptop with a 50 series RTX dedicated GPU, but I think a better comparison for this device are the newer 2-in-1 portable gaming PCs. The best examples here are the Asus Flow Z13 and the upcoming One X Player Super X. And I like this comparison because at its core, the Legion Go 2 is essentially a Windows tablet with detachable Joy-Cons on the side of it. And here with these devices, even though we don't have the detachable Joy-Cons, we do have a detachable keyboard, which could be even more useful. Now these devices can be a little bit more expensive, but they do rock AMD's top-end Strix Halo APUs. And in comparison to the Z2 Extreme, these are a huge step up in performance. The iGPU in the Strix Halo chip is called the 8060S, and it has over double the graphical performance as the 890M in the Z2 Extreme. And even aside from this, we have an AMOLED screen, it's 14 inches, high resolution, and because of that magnetic keyboard, this device can truly be a laptop replacement, helping to better justify the price tag. And all of this just makes the new Legion Go 2 really hard to justify. If you're on a budget, I think buying last year's Go 2 model for $750 is a much better choice. And even if you have $1,500+ to spend, you would probably be better off buying a 2-in-1 Strix Halo gaming tablet instead. But again, the Legion Go 2 does objectively have really good hardware. The design is super attractive, the detachable Joy-Cons is still pretty unique. It's just that the price tag puts it into a very hard and difficult to justify position. But definitely let us know your opinion in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.